After the UWSA election results were thrown out last year, the question, what is next for the organization, surfaced the thoughts of many. Although this posed as a setback, General Manager Nicole Morrell claims the daily operations of the organization continued over the summer. During the summer, Morrell and 7 other council members worked alongside a third-party consultant in regards to writing new bylaws. The UWSA also spoke with other schools to get a perspective on how they run things, and held interviews with students and the administration to get their input on the first draft of the updated bylaws. Senator Sean Stevens said they wanted to make them simpler so they are more accessible to students.
Right now, the UWSA is sort of a bicameral system where we have a board of governors and a council. The council is tasked with like the direction the University of Windsor Student Alliance goes in, and the initiatives we undertake, like whether we have certain events and how the planning those events. It's tasked with keeping the bylaws working, and it's tasked with keeping the executives accountable. The board of directors is concerned with all the financial goings-on and with hiring the coordinators. These two systems aren't technically in keeping with the way the Corporations Act works. In the Corporations Act, a corporation has a board of directors and it doesn't have a council. A council isn't a thing. That's why it's kind of confusing, and it's difficult for these two groups to just know what they're supposed to do, and it always has been.
In their new policy, the organization will elect a third-party consultant as CRO, move to a one-board system recognized by the Not-for-Profit Corporation Act, and update the bylaws to still keep in line with other schools. In the summer, President Wilderman also brought in the past 10 UWSA presidents to give their opinions on what happened last year and what needs to happen moving forward. Last year's president, Rob Crawford, was among them.
It just talked about generally how to get the UWSA put back together. And one of the big things we had talked about was completely revamping the Constitution and the bylaws, kind of like how I alluded to prior, how the organization needs to bring all those bubbles together. So actually writing a Constitution and bylaws that reflects that. And then we'd also discuss the idea of, once September hits, having a series of town halls and symposiums in order for students at large just to give their feedback to the organization, how they think their organization should be shaped and how it should operate moving forward. Because in order for the UWSA to be relevant and to remain relevant, it needs to engage students on a level that it hasn't before and engage them in this process of restructuring.
On October 7th at 6 p.m., the UWSA will be holding election policy renewal meetings with the university societies to hear what they think. I'm Megan and Derry with the 30 News.